The Trump-Musk feud highlights the risks of relying on tech billionaires for critical infrastructure. Preppers face vulnerabilities as Musk's control over Starlink, Tesla, and Powerwall technologies poses a threat to their self-reliance. This conflict underscores the need for diversified systems to avoid being held hostage by personal vendettas.
The Trump-Musk feud underscores the peril of over-reliance on Starlink for communication. Starlink's dominance in remote and disaster areas poses a single point of failure, as Musk's unilateral control can disrupt service. This dependency, acknowledged by military officials, extends to civilian preparedness, challenging the principle of resilient, independent communication systems. Tesla's Powerwall, favored for off-grid energy storage, poses significant risks. It demands constant internet connectivity, rendering it ineffective in grid-down scenarios. This dependency contradicts preparedness principles, as systems should operate independently during emergencies. Many preppers have invested heavily without realizing this critical flaw, undermining their resilient strategies. Tesla's charging network dominates the electric vehicle infrastructure, influenced by federal policy favoring Musk's preferences. This poses risks for preppers relying on electric vehicles, especially in rural areas with limited charging options. In emergencies, mobility is crucial, yet dependence on proprietary systems restricts travel when traditional infrastructure collapses. The control of critical public goods by private entities poses significant risks. Even in remote areas, dependency on complex supply chains persists, highlighting vulnerabilities. Concentrated control by billionaires can lead to single points of failure, emphasizing the need for diversified infrastructure to mitigate risks in preparedness strategies. SpaceX's monopoly on United States space crew transport poses risks to satellite communications and GPS systems. Starlink's dominance in rural internet access limits alternatives for preppers. Tesla's Supercharger network controls rural EV charging, while X's centralized control over emergency information flow highlights vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure. Invest in dual-band VHF, UHF transceivers for a 25-plus mile range, ensuring reliable communication during emergencies. Deploy GoTenna mesh devices for encrypted peer-to-peer networks with a 4-mile range. Combine these with two-way radios, shortwave, and satellite phones to maintain communication independence from centralized networks, ensuring robust connectivity in critical situations. Consider replacing Tesla Powerwall with independent systems like Fortress Power eVault, offering 18.5 kilowatt-hours capacity and safer lithium iron phosphate chemistry with 6,000 cycle life. LG Chem Battery provides 9.8 kilowatt-hours in compatibility with various inverters. Do-it-yourself battery banks with solar arc inverters are cost-effective, offering no internet dependency and enhanced safety with lithium iron phosphate technology. Diversifying transportation and fuel sources ensures resilience. Hybrid and traditional combustion engines offer flexibility, while diesel generators provide reliable power due to diesel's storability and long shelf life. Stockpiling various fuels like gasoline, diesel, and propane caters to different needs. Manual options, such as bicycles and motorcycles, serve as essential backups when motorized transport is unavailable. Establishing redundant power generation is crucial. Solar arrays with battery backups ensure renewable energy during grid failures. Small-scale wind turbines complement solar power during cloudy days and nights. Micro-hydro systems provide consistent power for properties with water sources. Hand-crank generators offer a manual solution for device charging when other options are unavailable. Establish local ham radio nets and mesh networks to ensure communication without corporate infrastructure. Regular practice sessions enhance skills and community bonds. Train members on alternative technologies through workshops, documenting procedures in physical manuals for emergencies. Coordinate diverse backup systems, creating a community asset map to maximize efficiency and minimize redundant investments. Consider Viasat for reliable satellite internet with independent ownership. HughesNet offers geostationary satellite service with broad availability. Fixed Wireless uses wireless internet service provider for local connectivity via line of sight. For redundancy, explore cellular backup with T-Mobile and Verizon's 5G/4G home internet solutions. Diversified information sources are crucial for resilience. Shortwave radio offers global broadcasts and emergency alerts, independent of local infrastructure. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration channels provide direct government emergency updates. Local amplitude modulation, frequency modulation stations deliver community-focused news. Print media, like newspapers, remain reliable, requiring no power or connectivity, ensuring access to vital information during disruptions. Diversify your tech sources to avoid single-source dependencies. Identify vulnerabilities and develop alternatives. Prioritize open-source solutions for continued functionality and community support. Strengthen ties with local suppliers to enhance community resilience and ensure access to parts and services during disruptions. Stockpile critical components for essential systems to maintain supply chain resilience. Regularly practice and document technical skills for system maintenance. Identify local technicians and repair services in advance. Opt for systems using common parts to ensure replacements are easily sourced from multiple suppliers. Evaluate who controls the technology and their ability to disable it. Assess dependency on internet or external services. Consider alternative options from different providers. Ensure local maintenance and repair support. Prioritize technologies using open protocols and standards for flexibility and interoperability. Monitor political and economic risks by identifying warning signs like new legislation impacting tech ownership and infrastructure control. Mitigate these by diversifying across regulatory jurisdictions. Address corporate consolidation by supporting alternative providers and maintaining legacy systems. For international tensions, stockpile critical components and develop local alternatives. Reduce dependency on companies showing erratic behavior or instability. Conduct a thorough audit of all Musk-controlled technologies in your systems, like Starlink and Tesla. Identify single points of failure, focusing on internet and proprietary dependencies. Research local resources, such as ham radio clubs, for alternative support. Evaluate power systems, pinpointing vulnerabilities in internet-dependent and proprietary components. Weeks 1 to 4 focus on establishing communication backups with ham radios and mesh networks. In month 2, prioritize power independence by evaluating alternatives to Tesla Powerwall and testing systems in grid-down scenarios. Month 3 addresses transportation and supply chain resilience, while ongoing efforts emphasize community engagement and skill development to enhance preparedness. Redundancy is crucial. Multiple systems ensure safety despite external disruptions, as seen in the Trump-Musk feud. Independence is key. Systems must operate without external dependencies for true security. Local control enhances resilience. Community networks can address vulnerabilities, strengthening preparedness strategies before they escalate into critical failures.